Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm showing you a video of how I cut my son's hair during this quarantine period. I used to cut his hair since he was about 4 until he was about 10. Yeah, so I do have some experience with cutting his hair. I haven't done a trim in about 2 years, so for me I had to kind of relearn some things. But I'm hoping that some of you pluck up the courage to try and cut your son's or your partner's hair. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two from how I cut hair. But yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more content from me. Right guys, enjoy. Right, so I'm going in with no guards. I'm going against the grain, creating where I want my fade line to begin. So it's a symmetrical line going across the whole head. When I get to the back of the head, I don't go completely straight across. I like to create a curved shape on the side of the head and I just round it off at the back. Also, please excuse the autofocus on my camera. I'm still getting used to it and I have no idea why it's trying to record my crusty old shoe rack that I've been meaning to get rid of. But anyways, we move. So now I've put on a number 1 guard and I'll go around the whole head about an inch up and trimming down some of that hair. I know some people usually do this step before they even start anything, but because of the style that he has, I find it easier to do it this way. So now I'm just taking that same number 1 guard and I'm just taking off about half an inch. I'm not going directly up with the blade, I'm flicking it, as you can see. Just keep flicking it around the whole head. Not taking off too much at a time, just taking your time, going slowly around the head. Also to just keep watching that level on the side and making sure it stays open. So just keep readjusting it. You don't want it to close because it will shave it closer, basically, and you don't want a patchy look, so just make sure to keep it open. And if you are cutting while it's closed, you need to make sure that it stays closed. So now I'm taking a number 2 guard and I'm just going around the whole circumference of the head about an inch up from where I shaved previously and just trimming off some of that hair on the sides. Just to let you guys know, I'm not using any fancy clippers. These are some clippers that I bought for like £10. I got it from Asda, George. Probably hinders my performance, but we're definitely due for an upgrade. Now I'm going in with that same number 2 guard and I'm taking off another line of hair. I'm going up about half an inch. It looks like I'm taking off more, but because of the way I'm flicking it, it's not really that much that I'm taking off. And I'm combing in between each time because with his hair it's quite curly at the back, or quite curly all around, so it's quite hard to catch the curls, so I just make sure I comb it out. As you can probably see, I'm working in really small sections, and that's just because I was quite worried about cutting his hair, so I'll just leave lots of room for error. I think this is the best way when you're just starting out anyway, so if you do make a mistake, you can correct it. Now I'm going back with a number 1 guard and I'm trying to make the transition look a bit more smooth. So I'm just taking off some hair from that first line. Again, I'm just flicking the blade. I'm not going too deep in to the head, and also I'm just trying to get that fade line to look less harsh, but we'll be fading that line later on. I've also been thinking about recording how I cut my partner's hair. He's got a different style to my son. He usually wears a low cut, so if you would like to see that, just let me know in the comments below. So what I'm doing here, I'm just neatening up that fade line, because I did do it a bit messy in the beginning, but I'm just doing it because the fade will look better if it's straight, and also because annoyingly I am a perfectionist and it would just frustrate me if I didn't get that line straight enough. And now I'm taking the number 1 guard again, going around the whole head and just trimming down some more hair. I'm taking off about ½ an inch again. Please excuse my appearance in this video. Quarantine is in full effect in this household. So yeah, just excuse the hair, excuse everything. So here I've taken the number 2 guard and I'm just taking off about an inch off the hair, and I'm using that flick technique again and combing in between. I'm just trying to get that gradient smoother. Again, we're not taking a lot of hair here, just taking my time, taking a little bit by little bit off, and yeah. Here I'm just taking off some more hair with the number 2 guard, going with the grain, just going around the whole head, using the comb, trying to get it as smooth as possible. Now we're at the fun bit. Yeah, just fading out that line, just going around, taking your time. Just be very careful when you're fading this line out. It takes a very delicate hand. Just going around, just flick it little bit by little bit. Do not go in hard with this, because you'll literally chop a big gaping hole into the head. So just keep flicking it, taking your time, flicking it. Also, just be careful not to take it too far up. You literally just want to be flicking out that harsh line. Okay, so you can see here where I've gone up too far, and you can see it's, yeah, but that's fixable, and it doesn't look too bad in the end, let's just say that. So yeah, just remember to be careful, take your time, go slowly. If you move it back to the position where I've moved it from, it doesn't get down properly. Right, so I'm taking the number 1 guard and I'm just fading out that second line. It's not really apparent in my video, but I'm fading out the line that I made on top of the first line. So I'm just going above where I just faded and fading out above it. Remember to flick it, not to cut into it. Just keep flicking it and take your time. This part is probably the most tedious, but yeah, it's important to just take your time and just keep combing it and flicking it till it looks good in your eyes. I'm taking the number 1 guard and I'm going with the grain. Yeah, just still trying to blend it out as much as I can. Using the same number 1 guard, and I've closed the blade just to try and blend it out a bit more. Same with using no guards, just really trying to blend out the harsh lines as much as I can. You can even use the side of the clippers, like the very edge, to try and get into small little places. Alright, so that's us basically done for the fade. Now we're just gonna work a little bit on the top using scissors and just combing it out, and to make it look like a smooth transition. Try not to cut into the hair, but while you're combing out, you're just literally trimming what comes out, if that makes any sense. Right, so if you're not familiar with using a single razor blade, I do not recommend this because it can go wrong really quickly. But I'm used to using the single blade even for my own eyebrows, so I just do a very light shape up, nothing too heavy. I'm not cutting too deep into his hairline. I'm just trying to go with the natural hairline as much as possible. If you don't have access to a single razor blade, or you don't have the experience with using one, I recommend just trying to use the clippers to shape it up as much as you can. You probably won't get the sharpest shape up, but it will look neater than it did before. There we have it, one quarantine haircut. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments below if you will try this or if you have any questions. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!